It's a beautiful thing to see someone in their 60s, 70s, 80s, or even their 90s, still walking strong, moving with confidence, climbing stairs, and living life on their own terms. Maintaining leg strength and staying mobile into your golden years isn't just admirable, it's one of the greatest markers of independence and quality of life. But here's the truth, it doesn't happen by luck. Those who stay strong well into their later years usually build their results on purpose. They follow a healthy lifestyle, stay active, and most importantly, feed their bodies the nutrients they truly need. The problem? In today's world, our food supply just isn't what it used to be. Thanks to soil depletion and modern farming practices, many essential nutrients are no longer present in the amounts our bodies require. That's why more and more people, especially seniors, are turning to supplements just to stay healthy. And while there's nothing wrong with that, what is wrong is when those same supplements start causing harm, when they silently chip away at your leg strength, balance, and mobility without you even realizing it. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 common vitamins that can actually cripple your leg strength if taken incorrectly. And believe me, the last one on this list could pose the biggest risk of all. Before we dive in, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps this information reach more people who truly need it, people who deserve to stay strong and independent for as long as possible. Let's get into it. Number 1. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most important nutrients for maintaining strong bones, muscles, and overall mobility, especially as we age. It helps the body absorb calcium, supports immune function, and plays a major role in muscle performance. So how can something so essential actually weaken your legs? Here's the catch. Vitamin D only works properly when it's balanced with 2 critical nutrients, vitamin K2 and magnesium. Without them, your body may start to mismanage calcium, leading to calcium buildup in places it doesn't belong, like your arteries, joints, and even your muscles. And that's where the trouble begins. Studies show that excess vitamin D without enough K2 and magnesium can lead to muscle cramps, weakness, stiffness, and pain, especially in the legs. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition highlighted that imbalances in vitamin D and K2 can increase the risk of arterial calcification, which can directly impact blood flow and muscle function in the lower limbs. Even more concerning, long-term high doses, above 4,000 IU per day, without proper balance may lead to vitamin D toxicity, which disrupts the body's mineral balance and can result in weakness, fatigue, and impaired neuromuscular function. So what's the right way to take vitamin D? Experts recommend maintaining a healthy ratio of vitamin D3 to K2. The ideal ratio of vitamin D3 to K2 is 1,000 IU of D3 to 10 mcg of K2. In other words, for every 1,000 IU, which is equal to 25 mcg, of vitamin D3, you should pair it with 10 mcg of vitamin K2. So, if you're taking 5,000 IU, 125 mcg, of vitamin D3, the optimal amount of vitamin K2 to take alongside it would be 50 mcg. Also, don't forget magnesium. It's essential for activating vitamin D in the body and preventing calcium overload. Number 2, calcium. Now, while calcium isn't technically a vitamin, we have to talk about it because calcium supplements are often marketed to seniors as essential for bone strength, when in reality they can do more harm than good if taken incorrectly. Many older adults are encouraged to take calcium pills to build strong bones and prevent fractures. But here's the shocking truth. Calcium supplements can actually weaken your legs and increase your risk of falls and fractures, especially when taken without proper nutrient balance. You see, calcium doesn't just automatically go to your bones. It needs vitamin D, vitamin K2, and magnesium to guide it into the right places. Without those, calcium can start depositing in soft tissues like the arteries and muscles, leading to stiffness, reduced circulation, cramps, and even leg pain. A 2010 study published in the British Medical Journal showed that calcium supplementation without co-administered vitamin D was associated with an increased risk of heart attack. Another study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that high-dose calcium supplementation did not significantly reduce fracture risk in older adults, and in some cases was linked to muscle weakness and impaired mobility. Here's the key. Calcium should come primarily from food, not pills. Why? Because calcium from food is absorbed gradually and naturally, and it comes packaged with other beneficial nutrients that help it work properly in the body. Think dark leafy greens, sesame seeds, sardines, almonds, tofu, and even low oxalate veggies like bok choy. These sources provide calcium in a form your body can use without flooding your system and risking buildup. If you're a senior, you should avoid calcium supplements as much as possible, unless specifically advised by a healthcare provider and paired with the right co-nutrients. Otherwise, instead of building strong bones, you might slowly be weakening your legs and harming your long-term mobility. Vitamin A. Here's a surprising one. Vitamin A, a nutrient essential for vision, immunity, and skin health, can actually become a hidden threat to your leg strength when taken in excess. And unfortunately, many seniors are unknowingly getting way more than they need. How? It's easier than you think. Seniors often take multiple supplements, a multivitamin, a bone health formula, maybe an immune booster, and many of these products contain overlapping doses of vitamin A. When you add it all up, you're often getting far more than the recommended daily amount, without even realizing it. Now, the real danger with vitamin A is this: it's fat-soluble. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B vitamins, which your body can flush out if you get too much, vitamin A stays in your system. It's stored in the liver and fatty tissues, meaning it can build up over time to toxic levels. And what does that mean for your legs? Studies have shown that excess vitamin A can lead to muscle and bone loss, fatigue, joint pain, and even an increased risk of fractures. A review in the New England Journal of Medicine highlighted that chronic high intake of vitamin A is associated with reduced bone mineral density and higher fracture risk, particularly in older adults. That translates directly to weaker legs and a greater risk of falls. The upper safe limit for adults is 3,000 micrograms, 10,000 IU, of preformed vitamin A per day. But remember, this includes all sources supplements and fortified foods. And beta-carotene, the plant-based form of vitamin A, while safer in general, can still add up quickly if you're taking large amounts in supplements. So, if you're taking multiple vitamins, always check the labels. You might be overdosing on vitamin A without even knowing it. And in the long run, that could silently chip away at your leg strength, energy, and independence. Vitamin E. Vitamin E is often praised for its antioxidant properties and heart protective benefits. But here's what most people, especially seniors, don't realize. When taken in the wrong form or in excessive amounts, vitamin E can gradually rob you of your leg strength and vitality. The biggest red flag: synthetic vitamin E supplements, often labeled as DL-alpha tocopherol. This synthetic form is commonly used in low-cost supplements and multivitamins, but research shows that DL-alpha tocopherol is not processed by the body the same way as natural vitamin E. In fact, high doses of synthetic vitamin E have been linked to muscle weakness, fatigue, and impaired neuromuscular function, particularly in older adults. But even natural forms of vitamin E, like D-alpha tocopherol, can become harmful when taken in excess. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, which means, like vitamin A, it builds up in the body over time. And too much can interfere with vitamin K activity, thin the blood excessively, and negatively affect muscle and nerve health. Several studies have shown that high-dose vitamin E supplementation, especially above 400 IU daily, may increase the risk of all-cause mortality and contribute to declining muscle performance, particularly in the elderly. The key here is balance and moderation. Seniors should aim to stay well within the recommended dietary allowance, which is around 15 mg, 22.4 IU per day for adults. And that total includes both foods and supplements combined. So what's the best way to get vitamin E? Not from isolated high-dose supplements, but from whole food sources rich in tocotrienols, the more potent and protective form of vitamin E. Tocotrienols are found abundantly in red palm oil, rice bran oil, annatto, and certain nuts and seeds. They offer the antioxidant benefits without the risks associated with high levels of tocopherols. If you're already eating a nutrient-rich diet that includes healthy fats, nuts, seeds, and plant oils, you may not need a vitamin E supplement at all. And if you do, make sure it's a mixed tocotrienol formula, and always keep your intake within safe, moderate levels. Don't let something that's supposed to protect your health slowly strip away your mobility. Vitamin B6. Out of all the vitamins we've talked about today, this one might just pose the biggest hidden threat to your legs. And most people have no idea. We're talking about vitamin B6. Now let's be clear. Vitamin B6 is not inherently bad. In fact, it plays a crucial role in nerve function, red blood cell production, and brain health. Your body needs it. But the problem lies in how much of it people are getting, especially from supplements. The recommended daily intake of vitamin B6 for adults over 50 is around 1.5 to 1.7 mg per day. But walk into any store, and you'll see supplements with 50, 100, even 500 mg of B6 per serving. That's thousands of percent above what the body actually needs. And here's the danger. Vitamin B6 is water-soluble, yes, but in high doses it can still accumulate in the body and become toxic. Studies have shown that chronic high intake of vitamin B6, especially above 500 mg per day, can cause serious nerve damage. What kind of nerve damage? The kind that starts with tingling, numbness, burning, and pins and needles sensations in the feet and legs. Left unchecked, it can progress to muscle weakness, loss of coordination, and difficulty walking. In seniors, this can mean losing the ability to stand confidently, climb stairs, or stay mobile. A study published in Neurology found that individuals taking high-dose B6 supplements long-term developed sensory neuropathy, a nerve condition that can directly impair leg function and mobility. And what's worse? These symptoms can persist even after stopping the supplements. So, if you're taking a multivitamin, a B-complex, an energy booster, or a mood supplement, it's critical to check how much B6 you're getting overall. Many people unknowingly take multiple products containing high doses of B6, thinking it's safe because it's water-soluble. But for your nerves, and especially your legs, it's not. Stick to food-based sources like bananas, chickpeas, salmon, and potatoes, and if you need to supplement, make sure the dose is reasonable and doesn't exceed 10 to 20 mg unless prescribed by a professional for a specific reason. And here's another critical warning. If you're taking vitamin B9, folic acid, or folate, make absolutely sure you're also getting enough vitamin B12. That's because vitamin B9 can mask the symptoms of a B12 deficiency, especially in lab tests. This is especially dangerous because a B12 deficiency can also lead to serious nerve damage, which again affects leg strength, balance, and neurological function. To protect your nerves and stay mobile, make sure your vitamin B12 comes in a bioavailable form such as methylcobalamin or adenosylcobalamin, especially if you're over 60, since absorption naturally declines with age. Now that we've uncovered 5 vitamins that can silently weaken leg strength in seniors, especially when taken incorrectly, it's just as important to leave you with some natural and powerful ways to preserve and even rebuild your leg strength, so you can stay active and independent well into your 70s, 80s, and yes, even your 90s. Because the truth is, it's not just about what you avoid, it's also about what you do. First and foremost, keep moving. The old saying, use it or lose it, couldn't be more true when it comes to your legs. Even light daily activities like walking, gentle squats using a chair or climbing stairs, help maintain muscle tone, balance, and blood flow. Inactivity, on the other hand, quickly leads to muscle atrophy and stiffness, so make movement a non-negotiable part of your day. Next, take a hard look at your diet, especially your carb intake. High-carb diets filled with sugar and refined grains spike insulin and contribute to chronic inflammation and muscle breakdown. As we age, our metabolism becomes more sensitive to these blood sugar swings. Reducing your intake of bread, pasta, sweets, and ultra-processed foods can significantly help preserve your strength and improve energy. Sunlight is another crucial but overlooked factor. Regular, safe sun exposure not only helps with vitamin D production, but also improves mood, sleep, and hormonal balance, all of which play a role in your overall vitality. Just 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight on your skin a few times a week can make a big difference, especially if you're active while doing it. And don't forget magnesium. This one is huge. Magnesium is essential for muscle function, nerve signaling, energy production, and even the activation of vitamin D. Sadly, most people over 60 are magnesium deficient without even knowing it. So make sure you're including magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, spinach, almonds, or even a well-chosen magnesium supplement, especially magnesium glycinate or malate, which are gentler on the stomach and better absorbed. Also, stay hydrated, don't skimp on high-quality protein, and prioritize sleep. These basics are often ignored, but they are the foundation for preserving muscle strength and mobility as we age. So remember, don't just pop supplements blindly. Understand how they interact with each other, how much you actually need, and how to support your body naturally from the ground up. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue creating more informative, life-changing content just like this. Your legs carry you through life. Treat them like gold. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.